Welcome everyone to the Regional Scrum Gathering Hyderabad, the November 15-16 event conference. And this is a kind of a run-up to that conference, to a physical conference happening in Hyderabad during November 15-16. And we are also organizing a lot of webinars as part of that preparation, so that we can present some real life case studies and everyone can learn not just in the conference, but also before the conference, right? So this is like a webinar series. This is the first one in the series. And the topic for today is digital billing of a top telecom customer. It's more of a real life case study of how Agile and Scrum have been leveraged to help a top telecom customer based out of the United States. Today, our speaker is Ajay, and Ajay has been in this circle, the network, for a long time. Ajay also trains coaches, Fortune 500 customers. He will give his introduction a little later in more detail. But before that, I'll take a few minutes about a little bit presenting about the conference. Right. So allow me, I'm going to share my screen. So this is the website for the conference, rsghyderabad2024.com. The Regional Scrum Gathering Hyderabad is a flagship event title sponsored by Scrum Alliance, the largest non-profit trade organization for Scrum based out of the United States. And Scrum Alliance is the title sponsor. And this is powered by Learnovative and Premier Agile. So I have Vijay along with me. Vijay and me have been so passionate in the community, and we wanted to give something back to the community in terms of these community events. And then we have been doing these conferences for the last several years. And at least every alternate year, we wanted to make sure we organize a full-fledged conference of our own. Then this is the first physical conference, face-to-face conference happening in India in the Scrum space after a long time at that scale. Right. And there are a couple of regional Scrum gatherings already concluded in India, one in Pune and one in Bangalore, and now in Hyderabad in a couple of months. Right. Now, our title sponsor is Scrum Alliance, and we are also glad to announce a couple of other sponsors. Our platinum sponsor is Boost Arrow, world's leader in the AI and Agile space. We also have a couple of other sponsors. Agile Waters is our silver sponsor, and Simply Access is the bronze sponsors. And we might add one or two. We are just reaching out to other corporates. If you have any interest or your organization has an interest to sponsor, please let us know. We'll be glad to reach out to you and see how we can work together in giving something back to the community. Right. Okay. So a couple of more details about the conference. We have very interesting keynote sessions coming up, and I'm sure we can recognize some of these names and photographs here. So Ashish Vidyarthi is our keynote speaker. We are going to have 4 keynotes on 15th, 2 of them, and 16th, 2 of them. And a couple of other keynotes you see. And this is Snehal, and I'm hoping some of you or many of you would have interacted or already would have seen his posts. He talks very actively on AI and Agile, how they can be integrated, how they can help each other in an Agile way of doing, and how to build products and so on and so forth. He's also one of our keynote speakers. And we have a lot of real practicing practitioners and leaders coming from diverse organizations. If you see, there is a lot of AI stuff happening in the conference as well. There is going to be a real-time workshop conducted by Ketan and Vijay as part of the conference. And there is a non-IT session on pharma industry. So there's going to be very diverse learnings and diverse speakers from different parts of the world. So this is not just a Hyderabad conference or not just an India level conference. This is going to be a global conference with global speakers, global participants. That's in brief, and there are going to be more speakers, by the way. We are going to have 2 tracks, and there are going to be more speakers who will be added to this list in the next couple of weeks. And a few more details here. You can check out this website, and we have some pricing options. So that's Vijay and me organizing the conference. Vijay is also here in this webinar, and he will also give us some insights into the conference towards the end of the webinar. So right now, our early bird is running, and we have concluded the super early bird. We have nearly 100 registrations, and I'm sure it's going to be much, much, much bigger than that. And there is going to be a regular price opening up in a few weeks. So if anyone is interested to register, this is where you should click. Oh, by the way, there is a special gift for those who have registered and attending for today. And Vijay will announce that special prize for all of you as a token of appreciation for joining this webinar. Yeah. So that's it, a brief about the conference. And now, without taking much time, I will hand it over to Ajay. And Ajay will go ahead, help us understand a real world case study on an agile transformation for one of his customers. Ajay, please go ahead. Thank you.
Thanks, Suresh. So let me share my screen.
Sure.
So before starting the things, this is Ajay. I work for DXC and I play a role for DXC for account called account Viva as a Scrum Master, and also I'll train people in DXC for Scrum Master, Product Owner, DevOps. So there are many trainings I give every month, 3 batches like that. And apart from that, my profile is Scrum Master. So I'm going to give a case study, which I already done for a top customer, which before I joined. So I don't want to mention the company name. It's as a can say as it is, it's confidential and it's violating the rule. So NDA. So when you write in joining that account, you should write an NDA. So I'm not going to specify that. And this is where it is a very good successful product, and we did some POCs and finally succeeded in getting the product delivered. So let me start from the next. So this is about business comparing, and this is what we are keynote speakers. This is about that. So I have used the agile mindset, like people who are already known here, they use the mindset of agile, where you use the customer centricity, value, and trust, collaboration, cross-functional skills, transparency, and we were continuously improving our product by doing retrospectives, reviews, correct, and we collaborated every time, with the team and the management, and it was successful. So this mindset is very important whenever you do any product or any service in your accounts or any means that will help you to done get the work done. So this is one of the agile mindset, and this is one of, if you go back here, this is what is from agile manifesto. Just I pasted that individual interactions of process. So individual interactions of process and tools, and working software we are used to give at the end of every sprint, like 30 days or 20 days. We used to give the sprint, and we were collaborating every time. There's a product owner working on it, and negotiating, and we are responding to change with a plan. So this is about the agile mindset and agile manifesto, and people must have worked in agile manifesto. There's 12 principles. So why we use agile? So because frequent deliveries, motivating the teams, face-to-face communications, so welcoming change requirement, and keeping it simple, and all people working together. I have used all the principles behind this case study work. Then why we want to go for an object? Why we want to go for automation? So that was the main thing. So we were doing a POC, the management. The main is was effort. Effort is very important when you create a ticket in the system. It creates a ticket in the client place also directly without an interaction. The client will able to go back and check and come back to us. So effort means reducing the so effort. Someone can go on mute, guys. Yes. So time and effort was very important in reduction. That is one of the key thing. Then cost savings. So we have to have a resource allocation and less operational cost without less workforce, where you optimize the resource and see what can be done. So when a ticket is created, so we more concentrate on the operational point of view to resolve those issues. That is the main key thing that helped in this one of the business object. And finally, third is the accuracy, improvement, how to improve process, MTTR every time. When tickets, how many tickets are coming up in every month, how many tickets have been closed. So that is also a monitor role where we used to monitor and care, and we used to go and so whether the issue is coming from the client place or from the our account place. So accuracy, cost savings, customer focus. First, it means we want to deliver a better service. So we is one of the if you go back, customer focus is one of the best agile way of working. So based on the key objectives, we did it clear. We want to establish a clear goal, better baseline. We involved all the players who are working, like who wants to develop or use this automation. We involved all the people, right from the management. Then we came up with a POC, then measurable outcome, and we did a roadmap. And finally, integrating the successful changes at the end of 6 months. So these are 6 steps we have followed for the for Next is what are the benefits? Means accuracy. Cost reduction is very important. Efficiency gain, fast report generation. So every time we used to maintain Excel sheet, go back and update. Instead of updating, just download the report and see where the tickets are, where the tickets have been closed, how many tickets are open, so that we go back and report to the management on a proper basis. So if anything, and we used to have a weekly call with the client as well. So in discussing the tickets also. So that is the benefit of automation. So this is one of the automation structure we use. We used a Power BI called, it's a application, and we use a Power Automata for doing the workflows. And we use a DB, and where the tickets are details are stored from different system. And we used a email subscription where the Power BI will send an email every time when the ticket is created to both the client as well as the others. And we use MS Teams, and finally it goes from server. So we use Office 365, we use the Power BI and Power Automata. Power Automata is nowadays we are used mainly for bots. So for creating a bot these days, people are using Power Automata. There are many tools available in the market nowadays. So at that time, when you were working, we got these 2 applications, and our account, like preferably we want to, because they have purchased this license account. So people to have a license, and for our turn also we have a license. So for those purpose we used it. So in your organization, if you want to automate, there will be a different source. So depending on your budget. So we had the budget. So what are the limited budget was given to us, we delivered, and we use it from there. The ticket data is the thing, but your details being stored from here, and it will go to Power BI and will create a ticket, and will send you the MS Teams every time when it gives a the ticket has been created. So same time it will be sent to the system. So client base. So same time, what happens? We used to verify a ticket from our side, and the client was also verifying, and then we used to update. At the same time, the bot used to update on both the update systems. So if I update on the client system, it used to get updated us on the system. So whatever the work you are doing, it used to get updated in both the systems. That reduces the manual work. So that way, the client also looks into it, and he'll engage the team with the issue is there from their side, they will engage. So this is the architecture. Next is Power Automate. So why we use Power Automate? It's a robust. I told you the fun. It's a robust platform. It is like eliminating the. Mainly we use Power Automate to reduce the manual work. I want to reduce because I want to go on tickets, because you see a ticket has been created every time you have to show an Excel sheet. Excel sheet, from there you go and check the ticket. But Power Automate will help you to create the workflows. It will help you to streamline your productivity. So productivity is very important nowadays. So whenever you work in any account, whether you're using a Kanban system or any system, the workflows are very important. So for reducing the manual work, we use Power Automata, and it's a license based also. It's a license based for creating the workflows, and also sometimes for behind that, because it helps you to Microsoft. And what the benefit is? Save cost by streamlining the process. We used to coordinate better, and whenever any bot gives an error, we used to go and check in the logs, and we used to eliminate those errors with automation. We used to fix those issues also. Next. So I have created an example over here, nothing but how to create a flows. A small example to show is in Microsoft Teams. Means for Automata, the templates are there, built-in templates are there, and a team overflow where we create a flows in the overflow window message. So if you see the next screen, we have the set of workflows when you open an app. So when you go back in Microsoft Teams, there's an app. So for automated things. So you go and search the app, create to select the select the workflows app from the search list, and the workflow is being created. So when the workflow has been created, what happens? from your programming language, you just attach those in the backend, and it will help you to send a notification every time. Whenever any ticket is created or any message is coming from the client, when the ticket is created in our system, the flow, yes, we used to get a message automatically, and we used to go back to check our system in our system. That will help you to. So this Power Automata is like inbuilt. It's like a engine in the between Microsoft Teams and our ticketing system and Power. So Power Automata is like it's a code. It's an app also. It's like a code where we deliver the custom apps. So it will be custom development also. It is like it uses Java, just like Java coding, and that help they create the flows. And the benefit, whatever you want to show, the power where we used to customize this automata app. Then once the workflow is created, from there you can start managing your flows every time instantly. So when you want to send the message, what's the status, so you can create a message. Then filling the workflows, whatever workflows you want to pin it, you can install, uninstall. Also we can do through Microsoft. So Microsoft Teams is one of the also powerful tool where you can manage through Power BI and Power Automata. So Power Automata was helping us help to go create the workflows, and whatever workflows we created in the Power Automata using the code, that workflows we used to manage them in the teams. Exactly what the flows are there, we used to manage the flows. So what flows are required from the team side, we used to create, and so that it is automated every time, even the reports when a ticket is created or like that, any updates are coming up, we used to create the flows. This is one of the example. So what is why you're automating? Someone may ask me, because it is mainly helps in wherely we are using ticketing system where we get customer support ticket, a Power Automate will trigger a message. Yes, a ticket is being created. Then we go back to our system and we go back and check back to our system. Yes, this is the issue. This is the issue. You used to update them in that. Then the client used to check those issues. Then they used to work on SLA part. So 7 issues, 7 2 issues, 7 3 issues. So 7 issues then it's very urgent. We used to keep it because they have to create an engagement ticket again to check back what's the issue. So that is how we help to close from starting to ending. We close the tickets. And it also helps in automation like CRM. If you go back to customer relationship management also, you can automate Power Automate. So there are also leads, something like leads. You go back in ticketing system, it is a ticket, it has a lead. So when a lead comes in, when you start closing up to closing the lead, you will have all the conservation stored, and they'll capture the data right from the chat. So ensuring from the chat what they're talking to the customers, and everything is being. So sales automation, automated support ticketing, and we also can use in project management autopilot base. So I didn't use because we can also use an autopilot where I came to know that we can use for identifying roadblocks, tracking the progress. So Microsoft, so automated task applications. So this is also one of them. And this Power Automata mainly helps in communicating the boost because notifications are coming in and lively. So what happens, any issue or anything is coming up, it helps to find out what. So we can go and find out the issue. Then what's the next is Power BI. So why should we use Power BI? Is another tool where we use most of the time in our account for visualization of data, dashboards, real-time reporting. You get all the reports, and you can also integrate this into MS Team as well, because it helps to get the real-time data, and it also has a scheduler nowadays. It schedules a report, and what are the report created in the beginning when the ticket is created, or every week how many tickets are open, how many tickets are closed, also we can use through Power BI. So we use Power BI mainly for the visualization parts using the dashboards. We have different dashboards available, and real-time reporting for analytics models. So where the tickets have been closed, where the tickets are open, how many days it's open. So all these things we used to manage them in the Power BI. Before that, we used to manage them in the Excel sheet. The Excel sheet takes a lot of time creating the pivots, again managing the updating. But this Power BI, what happens whenever a report is given, we used to give them the check the issues, check the reports. So then what is automatic, like data collection, data processing, report generations mainly helps in removing the Power BI. And data connectivity. You see this, how many tickets are created, dashboard deployment. So it will give the SLAs also, how many tickets are open, like MTTR, how many tickets are open, how many days ticket is open. So what will happen, we can work on more your operational point of view. So yes, we need to work to close those tickets. So we used to have a target every month to close the tickets as soon as within 2 weeks. How many tickets are closed? If the ticket is from our side, yes, we need to work on it. Where the issues are, where why it is taking time, which teams are not responding. So that way, this real-time SLA reporting was helping a lot for us. Time saving, consuming, and if the issue is from there, the client side, we used to go back, and when we have a call, we used to ask them. So go to the management, why the tickets, how much time was the 7 issues, why it is taking time, when they are going to deploy the code. So like that, we used to have the SLA reports from both the customer as well as the. Then this is the like why we are using background is the manual reporting process. So background reflex. Implementation is Power Automata for creating the workflows, code, everything, the workflows, everything. When the bot creates a ticket from the both the systems, the Power Automata was used. And Power BI was used to measure the metrics. While tickets are stored in a system, from there we used to have the reporting system. So from the bot, we used to integrate with Power Automata, Power BI, and the application tool. So all these things were helping me to transform the reporting. So finally, the results is nothing but achieved time cost. Cost is very important. So whenever you go back to any management, they look for it. What's the time you have delivered, what's the cost savings you have done, how many accuracy, how many tickets have been closed, and how much customer service you have given to the customer. Next, benefits. So reduce time effort. Fewer errors. How many errors are coming up? How many like user errors are coming up? Sometimes when you work with a customer, yes, we have user errors. So we go back and close those tickets. So we know try to avoid those errors. So reliable data. Next, working with the so sometimes the issues are very 7 issues. So 7 2 issues. So we used to work on those SLA part that is helping to reduce the cost. So better empower support teams. Mainly, we have to work customer because some customers are very important for us because we don't want to lose a customer because they are very hurry. So because whenever a ticket is created, they'll come back to us when the issue is resolved. So we used to tell them that we are looking into a ticket as soon as we used to update them to the ticket. When you used to update them the bot, and that updates the customer directly. So that salespeople used to go, yes, this is the thing. So they used to come back. Can you please help us in getting an issue resolved? So we used to escalate. We used to make sure the 7 issues close. So like that, we are given it with the support teams also working with the customer directly to getting the more serving the customers because we used to get when you're focusing on more customers used to come back to our team every time user friendly. Yes, this is the issue that we should check in the back end before creating a ticket. Also, that sometimes they didn't create a ticket, they should come back to can you check this issue. So then we should tell that the issue is there. Please create a ticket. Then we should engage the customer service is very important. Next is next steps. So what should you do in your organization? So what are the possibilities? So for in our organization, we have Power BI so we did regular before we starting it, we did a POC. POC is very important because a pilot project is very important. We can because a pilot project where systems, how to create ticket, how to update a ticket, which systems are on, which system, which software is required, which app is required. So we have to do some workflows. We have to do some R&D. So that is why we started with a small pilot project. So that took us mainly for 1 month. So 1 month or one month to 2 months, we did a pilot project, 2 months of iteration. Then mainly a third month onwards, we started working on it with the system, making sure we had a product backlog, making sure all the things are there, what is required for the first iteration. Then every iteration we used to give a demo to our internal team every month, and any changes are coming up, we used to keep them in the product backlog and mainly made by the product owner who's playing the role. So we used to, yes, these are the things are very important. So we used to work on those things. Like that, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, at the end of 6 to 7 months, the work is delivered. Means when the work once we feel that the application is stable without any issues, we used to check. So after the 5 months of iteration, so 5 to 6 after 6th month iteration, then slowly we integrated into a client system. Then we started on it. And then first, when we started with the client, it took some time. Like any issues are there, how the bot is running. Earlier, when we iterated for when the client, we released the client. At the time, we didn't keep scheduler, so we used to run the bot for at least 15. Then slowly, after 2 3 days, we run the bot. We used to check how the issues are coming up. So that helped us iterate. work properly. Any feedbacks, any issues, any things, we used to continuously improve. So we continuously improve the process. So, and it was very successful. So finally, it's empowering your team to drive the. That is the innovation. Any things or new things are coming up. We should do again. We should do a POC again. How we can integrate that into the current project. So how to automating. So now then we again next what level was we used to do a robotic automation RPA. So robotic automation is very important nowadays. So we also done that also. Then also took iterations. So that also help reduce more errors. We should be more innovative and transformation. And so these are the things. Any questions on this one? Any questions, guys, on this one?
Ajay, we have more slides coming up, or is this?
That's all. Is this?
Okay. So in this entire process, we have used Agile and Scrum as a whole, right?
Yes. We have used agile principles, all the 4 values, and the Scrum and like iteration of iter 1, 2, 3. We use retrospectives, reviews.
Okay, so
here,
that detailed part where you guys conduct daily Scrum calls and
daily stand-up daily stand-ups used to happen, and we used to review the code. We will go back and what is happening. So we used to plan a demo as well. So under 2 weeks I like that. So before going for a sprint, before a final demo. So we used to have internal demos every week. When the code is ready. So they used to test in staging server. So we use
how was the backlog and all prioritized?
So backlog was prioritized properly, and means like we used to follow all the things what is important, what is required. So we used to do that in that iteration. So we didn't add any new things also. So whatever new things comes in the reviews, we used to add them in the product backlog. So that was prioritized properly every time, and making sure any requirements we used to note down and add them that. So new features like all the things, defects. If the defects are coming up, so what defects should be fixed? So also product owner used to prioritize that.
Okay.
So we are all cross-functional skills, and like Scrum Master was there. There's like a little bit of 5-member team. So 3 members were working on it, and one tester was there. So from the client base, from the customer base also, we used to have one person who used to work with us. So because he was also giving input, that also inputs to be taken into product backlog. So final decision was taken by our.
So in this case study, the entire process was done manually earlier, correct?
Earlier it was manual. So a ticket was created. System was there. Like I'll tell you how a system. So the ticket was created, and we used to update that in the client system. So that was taking a lot of time. So when on Saturday and Sunday we cannot watch the tickets, right? So I cannot because Saturday and Sunday off. So sometimes when the automation was done, what happened? The Saturday and Sunday ticket was created. When ticket was created, any urgency also, someone can go and mute, please. Someone can go and mute this.
It's okay. I'm putting on mute.
So automation, like when the automation was done, what happened was ticket was created Saturday, Sunday also. They used to work, and they used to come back and a notification was sent to us. So that way, we were in on Monday when joined the call. So before like once we joined, we used to do other things sometimes. So when the urgency comes in, we used to work on Sunday also.
Okay, so but who proposed this change for automation? What was the driving? Who was the driving force?
So our management, like our management, wanted to do an automation thing.
Okay.
So they didn't have like Power BI. It's our team. We decided to use the Power BI and Power. So they want to automate. They want to get the work done properly, making sure if they want any report, they have to come. So for user friendly interface. So management came with an idea. We proposed it. We used the different like what applications suited to us. So we did a lot of POC. Finally, we came to this Power BI and Automata. So that's why I told you 2 months. So second month onwards and third.
And as a Scrum Master, what were the tools you used? Mainly Jira, is it?
We used to use Jira and LeanKit. LeanKit was creating the tickets. So no, LeanKit was put like a sticky where you create user stories. Agile LeanKit. So it's also a part of plugin of Jira. So Jira only for storing the issues. So issues we used to use Jira.
I understood
Thanks,
this
Ajay.
presentation more from the automation perspective,
Uh,
but from the agile perspective, if you can tell what were the benefits which were realized.
Benefit. So benefit was user, like you see here, benefit was customer was happy. So these are the benefits I'll show.
No, this is
So,
from the automation
this
perspective.
point of view. So agile perspective, what like perspective is, like, it was like user reduction, cost friendly environment, user friendly environment, cross functional skills. So we should have a sprint of 2 to 4 weeks. That is one thing. So time delivery, time to market is one of the key thing, right? So in Agile Manifesto. So that was one of the thing. So organizing teams. So you're all self-organized. So we all used all this Agile Manifesto when we are working. So customer satisfaction is very important. That is the main key thing. So we are all working with team. So these are all these things we used whenever like when we were working in the product. That made us like take decisions also. To take decisions, put in the product backlog checklists. So what is important? We should not add them in the middle of sprint. So like that, we motivated and we use the cross-functional, make sure everything is transparent, everything is whatever we used to do, the code is being available to in the share in the repository and whatever documents we used to get. So we used to verify those. So that helped us actually, Agile.
Ajay, but if you look at this, it is just like any general process, right? It's just like a new feature has come up and we are doing. Yeah.
Yes, a new feature comes in. We used to put in the product backlog, and that we used to review those. What is very important. So if it's very important, we used to keep those. Yes, these things you should come in this month. So next things, whatever we reviewed, we used to keep on them again like that. The end of 6 months, we completed the work. 6 to 7 months. So
okay.
The roadmap also we had kept. So what things to be improved. So next time as tool is upgrading, so we need to use a different tool, right? So code has to be upgraded. So upgradations. So that is also part of the. That also we kept in the backlog. Upgradation has to be done properly. When upgradation happens, any issue, how many issues are coming up? So how the bot was running, monitoring that also. It also we use Agile.
Hi, Ajay. So the other reason that you said, so for this project, is this the first time they implement this Agile, or are they following and only for this project?
No, they already followed it. They already followed. So they are already using it for Agile in their account. That account is completely they use Safe Agile. So they use program elements. So they already use like all the US account people working in the US, they're already like having the Scrum values, they already follow this. They're very transparent and they come to give the ideas. That mindset we had, like that mindset is already there in the account.
Okay. So, but based on the process and the presentation that you showed, it looks like the any typical project wherein we will go through. But what are the actual bottlenecks or any hurdles that faced from the agile side as a Scrum Master and RT? So how was it?
It was a good experience. Every iteration was challenging. So issues coming in. Sometimes we have to work with the team. So 7 issues, 2 issues. So driving.
Ajay, this is Suresh. Just wanted to elaborate that question on behalf of Tamil and other friends here. Just if you can pinpoint on one or two small aspects. For example, if this project is done in a regular traditional model versus done in a Scrum model, let us say, what are the advantages of doing this in a Scrum model? Like, faster time to market. We had delivered 20% faster than it would have been done in a traditional model, or the customer satisfaction would have increased by, like, say, 10%, 20%, or more happy customers, more business coming. We have beaten the competition a little bit yearly to market, etc., etc. Anything like that you have observed, if you can help us.
And in add to that, Suresh, what are the real challenges? Because since it's a case study, so really could have happened some other obstacles, really challenging issues, anything. So if you could just share those also, that's great.
Yeah. Okay. Let me rephrase that. So two things, Ajay, that we are looking at. One is benefits of using Scrum in this specific one, not general Scrum benefits in this case study, and any challenges you faced from a Scrum point of view. For example, there are too many requirement changes happening. How did you handle it, for example, right? So two categories, spend 2-3 minutes there, and we all will be very happy.
So requirement used to come like in the in the middle or sometimes. So we are already working on it. So we used to go and convince the product owner saying that we'll add them in the because cannot hamper the code, right? So that was the thing I used to handle those things. Because that when code breaks or anything repository breaks, again we cannot deliver, right? So that was the key thing. So that is one thing we observed. And in second second iteration, third iteration, we used to have when we were integrating the product, so we used to have a lot of issues. So then the why the issues coming up when we tested properly or not. So the properly testing or not, why was not tested properly. So that was also a key thing. That also challenging for us. Testing was done not properly. So then we took that improvements again. Nice, you have to do the unit testing properly. Then only you used to keep. Then once the unit testing done only, then you used to keep them in the server. Then we used to run those bots. Make sure any issues, you should go back and check the logs. So that kind of experience I got when we are using this Scrum. So that was the faster. Like we used to take decisions fastly. Every time we don't go to the managers every time. So what we used to do, we do internally, we used to go back, check those issues, why issues coming up, and proactively we used to solve those issues. So sometimes it came to management and we should tell them just these issues have been solved. So sometimes it came to the management also that why issues are coming up. So that's also taken as an input. So that the main thing was collaborative. Some collaboration was very good. So adaptability was good, but main thing was mainly the issue requirements, defects used to come. And we make sure that we are all in sync. So sometimes we are not in sync. So non-sync again we'll have an issue. So not make them. We used to make them daily stand up, make sure what is going on. So are you all in sync? Any issues are like that. We used to collaborate. So we should take all the inputs from the team to improve it. So testing, coding, then maintaining the update status updates. So where is going on like that. So that was the kind of experience I had in this project. Because bot automation was a bit complexity because code for automated code was a bit highly built. So sometimes the code used to break when the bot was running. So again, why it is happening? So we used to reduce those errors also. Hope everyone got the answer.
Yeah, Ajay, I have one more question. So other than the regular Scrum Master roles, right? Like running the sprint retro, daily stand-up, backlog. What extra as a Scrum Master did you do in this entire process, like helping product owner prioritize the backlogs? How did you do it, and what extra other things?
What I was proactively monitoring. So I was playing the role of I can say a PM role. So I was proactively monitoring the things, how things are going on. So that is one thing I did. So any issue comes in, I used to take the decision immediately and inform the team. So that was the first experience. Second was noting down if I missed anything, I used to ask the team. So I used to make them scribe and make them update in the now Excel sheet or wherever things are going on, where things are. That kind of experience, proactiveness. I want more customers because customers reach to us to make them happy. Issues to be resolved fastly. So that was the thing. So I like one other customer, like when I was playing this role, like we got some 1 million, I could not mention $2 million, $3 million for an order. So issue comes in, so that was saved money.
And can you just give me an example where something was discussed in the sprint retro and that was implemented in the next sprint?
Yes. We used to compare them also. We used to compare each retro, every retro to retro, what improvements were done, what improvements were not done also. We should take on it account. Sometimes the improvements were not there. So why was not implemented? So maybe because of the capacity. Sometimes we had a risk capacity. Sometimes APIs were also not. So we used to add them and we tried to see them in the next retro. At least some improvements were there. Retro comparisons also we have done. Any other questions? And I hope everyone's clear. Is any other question, guys?
That's it from my side. I think Suresh,
And
can I hand it to Suresh, or before hand over to Suresh, any other doubts you have?
Ajay, I'll ask one question again on behalf of our friends here. So, can you describe the team structure in the sense who are your users, stakeholders, comparing with the Scrum team, stakeholders team, anything like that, so that it will help us understand what kind of structures can prevail in this situation.
So we had a 5-member team. So three developers, one tester. I was Scrum Master, one product owner. So 5 members, and 1 member from the client. So 1 member from the client used to be with us, 6 members. So 6-member team, and stakeholders are nothing but sales, technical sales, who drives the customers. So they work with the customers. So they are called as product owners also sometimes. So product owners will work with that service. Product owners work with other customers. They used to come back to us. So that way, we used to solve those. So product owners, when they create tickets, they come back to us, and proactively, before creating a ticket, they come back to, this is the issue. Can you please check the issue is there? Then they'll push it. So that way, we used to have like the start work with the different customers, different product owners, and different sales piece. Different also sometimes business used to come to us. This is the kind of structure.
Ajay, you are the SM as well as you are the PO for this.
So I was playing the role of I was playing the role of SM first. Before that, I did all the brainstorming for my team. Then I took the role of SM because I want to drive the project, because someone should be there in the product level. So we took the product owner, and his ideas we transformed them. So.
Okay, so
but if you have
there is another different product owner. I mean, that's what I understood.
Yes, there's a different product owner. We took him to because his ideas, his requirements, and he used to work with the management, and he used to take his inputs. So from his inputs, we used to drive into user stories, and based on that, prioritization happens. So product owner for our team. So product owner in the sense for our team to prioritize the product owners for the services we have created. So in our account, there are services which our app uses. So that service, they have different product owners. They are salespeople. So they work with customers.
Okay.
Any other questions before I hand over to Suresh? Fine, Suresh, you can hand over to Suresh.
Yeah, thank you, Ajay. I'll actually hand over to Vijay. So Vijay will be closing the webinar. He has some information to share with all of us. Vijay, please go ahead.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you, Ajay, and appreciate your time for the webinar. And good evening, everyone. So just to give you further more information about the conference, the Regional Scrum Gathering Hyderabad 2024. It's going to be a physical conference, and the venue is at Marigold Hotel in Begumpet near Amirpet Junction. And it's going to be for 2 days. So we have a special announcement about, apart from the normal session, the speaker sessions, we have a couple of focus areas like Coaches Clinic is there, and Entrepreneurs Adda is there, and also Writers Corner, so AI Clinic. So there are so many things happening apart from the conference speaking session. So you will get a lot of benefits if you join that, especially because it's going to be a physical conference. You will have a lot of networking also with people. And because you have joined this webinar, we would like to extend a discounted price. As of now, as Suresh shown you, Super Early Bird was closed by end of, end of June, early July. And currently early bird is going on. Early bird price is 8,500 plus GST. But we are offering a 10% special discount for the participants join this webinar so that you can get the opportunity to join. So I'm pasting a link in the chat window, 10% special discount code link. So when you click that link, so let me quickly share the screen. So as of now, if you go to the website, it will show you this. This is the currently ongoing price, early bird. But when you click the link I have shared in the chart window, it will show you this price. So including GST. So around 850, 900 rupees discount you will get. And if you look at the cost perspective, after the COVID, everything has increased. Even for hotel itself, we are paying for 2 days a huge amount, and we are getting some paid speakers also. And especially on Friday, which is the first day, end of the day, there is a social connectivity also, social networking. So you will enjoy evening 6 to 8. There is a special gathering also available. So you will get access to that also. Any questions about the gathering? We are happy to answer. It is in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, November 15th, 16th. Preeti, Friday, Saturday.
He's asking when is it in Bangalore in case.
Oh, when is it in Bangalore? Bangalore recently happened. I think July 12th, 13th, it happened in Bangalore. We don't know the future Bangalore conference. So please take a note of the link I pasted in the chat window. So whenever you decide to join. Sorry? Sorry, couldn't hear you. Is there a question?
Hi Vijay, am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Vijay, is there any volunteer opportunity available with this event? Because I'm looking forward for joining as a volunteer.
Okay. Because it's a physical conference, we had to start around almost 6 to 9 months back itself, Abhishek. So we already have taken some of the volunteers, but in case any future requirement, we'll definitely get back.
Okay, thank you, Vijay.
Yeah. I think 6 months back or 9 months back, we actually posted in the LinkedIn if any volunteers.
Yeah, I missed that actually.
Okay. No problem. So in future, usually we do it every alternate. Suresh, myself, we have done 2020 live virtual conference, regional Scrum gathering 2022 also. So we are doing this time physical conference. So hopefully we will do next year or next to next year. So definitely please get in touch with us. We will definitely try to accommodate.
Sure. Thank you.
Vijay, this is Seema. So stay and everything who are coming from Bangalore, we have to get accommodation in Marigold only, is it? How is it?
If it is a speaker, then you will get 1 night free accommodation. So either if you want to stay for more, I mean for both days, then you have to book the second night stay, the speakers. Whoever is coming as a participant, they have to see the accommodation. There is a Green Park Hotel also, very walkable. In fact, both are in the same compound. You can book there also. It is slightly less price comparing to the Marigold. It is just walkable, 50 feet.
Thanks, Vijay. Sounds
Sure.
good.
No problem. All right. Thank you so much once again. Thanks, Ajay, for the session. And we will publish the next webinar dates also. We are working with other speakers also. So Please stay tuned, and we look forward to joining in the conference.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you.
That
Thanks.
reminds me very interesting webinar for the next one on the AI and Agile. How do they leverage each other? I think this is a very interesting area. I hope there will be more participation as well, and hopefully we are looking for that webinar as well towards the end of August, September type of timeframes. Thank you.
And please pass on the link in case if anybody is interested, please share the RSG link, the Regional Scrum Gathering conference link. Thank you so much.